2, 1, live again. Okay.
And we're recording. Okay, we're sorry about that. I don't know how much we got there. How much do you think we got before it got disconnected, Jackson?
Couple minutes, 2-3 minutes of that.
Okay. Well,
so as a synopsis, the NE8 in review, yes. Quickly going back through everybody, Belmont rebuilding, Norwell rebuilding year, New Haven rebuilding year, Huntington North, maybe a slight step back, Leo, Columbia City, definitely kind of right in there, East Noble, with the Dwenger buzzsaw they ran into. I think DeKalb is the one team that we'd like to talk about as, taking that step up the ladder a little bit. But overall, as Casey alluded to with the other conferences around us, it still have teams alive. And in sectional 19 and 20, we are out. I would agree that NE8 is taking a slight step back.
Okay.
There are things to come next season.
And it happens. I mean, and it's, we're talking about apples and oranges, and it's just a sliver to here or there. And some of they've got a lot of good coaches and a lot of good talent in that conference. I really think most of those teams that you mentioned will be better a year from now. And we'll look back and say, okay, NE8's back in the conversation. Okay, Jeff, I want to pick your brain a little bit. I know a few weeks ago somebody posed the over-under on SAC teams that will win a sectional championship. I think the over-under was 2. I think the consensus was, well, sectional 2, Carroll or Northrop, probably Carroll, especially with only 4 teams, was almost a lock, and maybe Bishop Luers in Class 3A. Looking at their opponents, I think they look to be a lock. So I personally thought it would be more than 2, and I thought Bishop Dwenger would avenge last year's loss, watching the Saints as closely as I did this year. Your thoughts on the SAC and what they've done this year?
Yeah, I think you were gonna have Carroll or Northrop, so there's one pretty much automatically. We figure Carroll was probably the favorite, and then you have go down to Northside, who, like you said, had a chance. We could have had 4, very easily, and then Dwenger. I think we just underestimated how good Dwenger is and how good their defense is. I mean, they're the second-ranked defense state at like 6.7 points per game.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense is just unbelievable. I think they have the best chance in the area to win state, and according to some of the
Sagarin ratings,
Sagarin ratings.
They moved up this week. A week ago tonight, it was South Adams had the highest percentage, but I think Dwenger just passed them.
They did.
Yep.
And they look like a machine right now. And it's Dwenger, and then you talk about Luers. I mean, they're just I know they're 3A now, but their sectional wasn't real difficult, and I think, even this game, we'll see. I know Coach Lindsay wouldn't want me talking about the next game, which would be interesting to see Knox. Of course, we want Angola, but Knox at home.
We can blame that on Jeff Mahoney. He already
brought that up already.
Yep.
So, and with Luers, I think one of the things that has really changed, and this happens sometimes when you go into the playoffs, is the quarterback play at Luers has really stepped up. Like, they were about 45% completion, 70 yards a game. That was pretty much non-existent. Tommy Ricker now is kind of taken over, averaging 170 yards a game, 55% completion. When you add that to their run game and their defense,
right,
now you got something. And so I think that's kind of why they're kind of on a roll now. I look to see that continue. But, even the lesser teams like Southside, like we said.
What a game 2 weeks ago.
What a game. They played Luers tough. They seem to be moving in the right direction. But that's a program that's a little bit above. Now you could talk about maybe Homestead and Snyder a little down, but those teams that are in sectionals, all of them have a good shot of winning sectional. I say we got 2 favorites, and with Carroll, you don't know.
Yeah, I think Carroll's a slight favorite personally.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
We'll get to that here in a second, but I think I don't think Penn, to your point earlier, is the Penn of old.
Mm-hmm.
They're just not. And you talked about some of their special teams woes.
They do.
At a 6A program like that shouldn't happen. I mean, theoretically. I mean, usually they're just nails on special teams, and especially the elite programs. And they obviously are still working out some kinks there. So I don't know. Well, I appreciate your 2 cents there. Let's jump into the picks. You guys want to do it?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. Now, for the record, these are the Sideline Swami's picks, not Casey O'Boyle. I do not even resemble the Swami. He's not nearly as handsome, for the record. All right, let's go Class 6A. Jake, coming to you. The Swami says Carroll at Penn. the Chargers are 8-3. Penn is 11-0. But Swami says Carroll by 7.
Yeah, Carroll in the points for sure.
You think they cover that?
I do. I think the run game is going to be what it needs to be. I think Freisinger is going to be great.
What if JVP is not 100%? Does that change your mind?
Nah.
Okay.
No.
How about you, Coach?
Yeah, I would definitely take the points there. I think it's going to be a close game.
You're taking Penn then?
I would take Penn outright.
And
but I
outright.
would take the points.
Well, you get a
Take
touchdown.
the free points.
Yeah, take the free points.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course. Why
but
wouldn't you?
I just, watching Penn on film and knowing,
They're big. I mean, they look the part.
they're big. I just think they got a lot of weapons. And although I think Carroll's defense, I'm very impressed with their defense, and they can keep them in the game. And if they don't turn
Yes.
the ball over and Penn makes a few, like you said, on special teams, miscues,
Couple blunders.
there's no reason why Carroll can't win that game.
No doubt.
Um,
I think you mentioned the defense. Coach Rudolph's done a nice job. I don't think he gets the
Yes.
credit he deserves as a coordinator. I think Andy Papagiannis, we talk a lot about the offense, usually the air raid that they throw it around, and then rushing last week for 350 yards. I mean, if you would have told me that earlier in the year that Carroll would have 350 yards in a sectional championship game, I would have said no way.
Right.
Rushing
That's
the
right.
ball. So they've done some nice things there on that side of the ball, of course. And of course, Andy Papagiannis is a good friend of the program. So I think the Swami has Carroll by 7. I like that. I think that's right on. It's just coincidence. Class 4A, Bishop Dwenger 10-2 are the Saints at Lebanon 10-2. We just talked to Jeff Mahoney from Some City Sports. Swami says Dwenger by 35. Holy mackerel. Is that too many? Coach Stansky.
Oh man, I was about ready to take DeWenger for sure, but 35, that might be a little bit much.
You like the Tigers and the points, I can tell.
I will take,
Who doesn't like 35 points at home?
Point spot, right? At home in a regional.
regional?
They're regional, they're sectional champions, right? So they got to be able to be pretty good. I don't know how much DeWinger's offense will dominate, and be able to get to that 35. Now, I could easily see a couple defensive touchdowns.
Against Whitley.
But their quarterback has not thrown an interception yet all year.
That changes tomorrow night.
That could change.
I think the ball hawking Saints get a couple tomorrow night, and they make them not even one-dimensional, half-dimensional. That defense is dynamite. What are your thoughts? Is 35 points too many, or do you think it's a running clock?
It's not enough. So look at the East Noble score. I believe it was 31-0 is what that final was. 32, and Dwenger got robbed of a touchdown. That should have been 38-39-0.
Yep.
And that's East Noble. And East Noble, no offense to the Tigers, much better program. I think the Saints are just going to run away with this thing. I don't know that they're going to get scored on in this game.
I don't see it. I think they beat the brakes off the Tigers, but you know what? That's why they play the games.
That's right. You got to.
Coming back to you, Snake. Class 3A, Angola at Knox. Man, what a fun, intriguing game because of the Miles McLaughlin factor, and then you throw Hawk Hasselman on the other side. I mean, star power for different reasons, different ways. Swami says Knox by 19. That spread started higher, the Swami told me.
Should be higher.
You think?
But
but you look at the common opponent. They both beat Tippy Valley by 15. That's got to
I love that stat. I love that stat. Doesn't matter. My overrun would be: are they going to hold them? Are they going to hold Miles McLaughlin to his 363 yard per game average?
Well, if they do they keep it under 19 points?
I just don't see any way.
It's interesting.
It's going to be interesting.
Somebody's going to throw the kitchen sink at him and
it's going to be
stop
Lures.
that kid. Either that, or Travis Henry needs to, pony up and buy the kid, a new car or something like a Jeep or Derrick Henry.
Yep.
Derrick
He's
Henry.
going to have to kick in some NIL money when he goes to Ball State for sure.
Hook him up with a new car or a Jeep or something. What are your thoughts on this? Is that too many points?
I will take Hawk Hasselman and the Angola Hornets.
The 19 points?
The 19 points. I'll take that. I think they can slow them down a little bit, and if that offense can roll, I mean, we talk about Knox's offense and how dominating that is.
They gave up some points this year in certain games.
They have, and so if you can move the ball and keep their offense off the field, keep it close, and after last week, they're a team of destiny, aren't they? I mean,
sure feels like
if it's a close game, I feel like they've got something.
Well, they like I told Coach, 6 or 7 of those dead bats were spent last week. There's no doubt about it. I don't know how many more they have left. So we'll see. But yeah, we're pulling for Angola. All right, staying in Class 3A, Coach Stansky, coming back to you. Bishop Lures 7-5. You're close to the Knights program at Twin Lakes 10-2, a surging Twin Lakes program. I just think Bishop Lures' strength of schedule and last week's magical win, how they won, galvanized that team. And I think they're just going to run all over Twin Lakes. Swami says Lures by 21.
I'll give up points. I think it's going to be more. I think they're playing a team that's not nearly as good as what Mississinawa was. They're kind of one-dimensional with a good quarterback.
Really good quarterback.
Watch Lure coach Bradley will do some good scheming. Defensive coordinator for Lures to be able to stop that passing attack. Maybe bring a little blitz here or there. He'll scheme it up pretty good. They'll be solid on the back end. There's another kid, Dallas Mata. He's started playing more as of last week. He had an incredible game last week. Look for him to make some big plays. Number 20 in the game.
What year is he?
He's a sophomore. He was a JV player all year. I do the scoreboard at Lures, and he's a guy on JV. I said he's undersized. He's hard nosed. He normally probably would be playing for Lures,
but he makes
varsity.
plays.
But there's so many good players up.
Yep. Especially in the skill
finally,
guys.
To bring him up, he makes plays, and he just makes plays. Has a nose for the football.
We'll keep an eye on him. Jake, what do you think? 21 points, too much, not enough?
I don't think it's enough. I think Lures is going to just dominate that game.
Gosh, Swami's just an idiot. Okay, Class 2A, Eastbrook 12-0 at Adams Central 12-0. Swami says Adams Central by 17. That was another spread that got tinkered around with. Thoughts? You think more?
Oh, yeah. They barely survived Alexandria, Monroe, and Eastern. AC's going to roll, man. Book it.
By more than 17?
Yeah.
But Eastbrook can run the ball, man. That game's going to be over so fast.
Haven't played AC yet this year.
Fair enough. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's closer than that. I think, like you said, both teams going to run the ball. It's gonna keep the game somewhat close.
You like AC to win, but just not cover.
Not cover. I think they'll win. I think probably about 10, probably 2 scores, but I don't think it's quite 17. I think
32-22, something like that.
A proud program. They aren't going to get blown out.
Right, and they can run the ball, and they want kind of a mutter type environment game, just like AC does. And they're a lot like Garrett, and Garrett kept that game fairly close earlier this year. Okay. Class 1A, South Adams at North Miami. Both squads are 9-3. Swami has South Adams by 5. Another tough game. I'm going to go to you, Coach.
Ooh, I like South Adams. I'm gonna take South Adams. I feel like, even we'll see how they win
wet
the
ball.
water. See if they really water it down. But it should be dry if they don't do anything funny.
There's bound to be shenanigans. It's regional week.
I've been involved in those.
But, do tell.
Yeah, the other side. They some teams like to slow us down a little with watering the
I'm sure.
grounds. But I think South Adams, I love the way they play football. I love the scheme they have on offense. They should be able to move the ball enough and hold North Miami enough where they should be able to cover the 5 points.
Scott Steiner, defensive coordinator for South Adams, has been with Coach Mosier since the very beginning. I think he is another component, another one of those longtime coaches down there in Bern that doesn't get the credit he deserves. I think the South Adams defense is the key. What are your thoughts on this one, Jake?
Well, if I'm day trading in the stock market, I'm going to buy a lot of shares in the local North Miami Culligan Water stock shares because I'm guessing they're going to be just dousing that field. I mean, if I was him, I would be. Yeah, so I think that I want South Adams to win, and because of that, I'm going to take South Adams in the points. But if it's like Coach said, if it's windy and it slows down the passing attack a little bit, or the field conditions start to come in, that North Miami can run the ball. I think it's going to be a tough game.
It's a tricky matchup for sure. I think if the ball's dry and it's not windy, certainly if it's played on turf and Bern, I think the Starfires run away with this by 2 or 3 scores. But that's not what's happening tomorrow night. So I think it's a dogfight. But Swami likes South Adams by 5. Well, thank you guys. That was a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Hopefully next week we have a few, if not all of these teams. Well, it can be everybody.
Yeah.
We have 6. Let's get all 6 through.
That'd be great.
That would be so much fun. Until next week, I'm Casey for Jackson, Jake, and Jeff. This has been Around the Fort. Get out, watch some football tomorrow night, and we'll see you next week. Good night, everybody.